I feel like Zelix's own grand.
No, we're gonna start with Zelix. Here we go. Here is Zelix tier list.
You're gonna have to like probably read it.
Yes, S tier. We have classic, and I believe that's Planes of Power in the S tier. Ugh. The A tier is Kunark and Valius. The B tier is Lucklin and Yashika. The C tier is
Yashika.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yikes.
Little early.
And the C tier is Lost Dungeons, and the F tier is GOD.
Which list is this? Do you not have the person's name? Do we
this
not
is
have
Zelix.
the person's name on here?
This is Zelix.
Okay.
I was doing it before he goes to bed.
We're not that fancy.
Yeah,
we're just regular
fancy. Let's not get crazy here.
Hold on, wait for Virtue. Wait, hold on. All right, you got it.
So, what do you guys think of Zelix tier list here?
I think it's not as good as mine.
Yeah, there we go.
Well,
see, we can't blow all of the things that we want to talk about on Zelix list. We're just gonna have to put this up and move on.
Zelix needs to talk about his list.
Yeah, he already did. Screw Gates of Discord. A little wrong.
Where's Gates of Discord?
Very last.
He gave it an
I thought that's Planes of Power.
No, Planes of Power. He gave an S.
Clearly,
I think he did his backwards.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
Yeah.
Except I don't like Gates of Discord that much. I wouldn't put it S tier.
I mean, okay. Opinions can be wrong, Draq.
As long as they're not mine. All right. I think Zelix went to bed anyway, so we'll take his down. All right, so here is possibly the greatest tier list ever.
Oh.
The Joppa Mega list?
Or not. This is Randomrob's tier list.
Oh, Jesus. We're starting with this?
It's the best tier list.
We just lost 10 people on the stream.
Yeah, right?
Wow. Zelix really had his whole family watching, didn't he?
Hey, Desert. Welcome back. This is Randomrob's tier list. He's got everything in S tier except for Planes of Power.
Do I get to explain this, though?
Yes, you get to explain it. Please.
Please, okay. I would love to hear this rationale.
Oh, it's... okay. Well, I prepared notes, but I left them at the office. So I'm just going to have to kind of wing this.
From the hip.
But from the hip. I mean, Everquest is one of the most S-tier games ever, right? I mean, they broke so many barriers with this game.
Juggle logicked? I don't like where this is going.
So many firsts. This game is so... Yeah, you're getting juggle splaned right now. But so, I mean, with the original vanilla EQ, I mean, how can you not go S tier? It was just so stinking groundbreaking.
Okay.
It's an epic game. So then you go to the next expansion, Kunark, and how do you one up yourself with such an epic game? Literal epics. They added epics to an epic game. You have to put that in the S tier. They added a whole new continent, all sorts of cool new stuff to really piss you off. And it's just super fun. Kunark was super fun. And then Velius, I mean, who doesn't like being cold non-stop? And they created more factions, and it's not like good or bad. It's not like, oh man, here's a faction that you need to work up. Like a clever person would have been like, what if there was 2 factions that you had to work up, right? But they were opposed to each other, so you could only get one of the 2 factions. Well, Everquest took it even a step further. When no one was even thinking of this, they did 3 factions.
Tri-faction.
Yeah, and that's just, it's mind-blowing. Mind blown in Velius.
I'm hyping this up. I love where this is going.
And then how can you make something higher than what they did in Velius? And then Lucklin comes out, and literally they took it to new heights.
You literally are shooting for the moon, Rob. You're shooting for the moon.
They took a high fantasy game and literally took it to the goddamn moon. And when I'm thinking,
what on the moon?
When I was a little kid, and I would have like just dreams of like, wow, like what it would be like to be on the moon. And like the first thought naturally that comes to my mind is like cats. There's got to be cats up there.
There's gotta
And
What other
there's-
animal would
there's
ever
cheese,
be
why
on the
not?
moon?
yeah, yeah, and cats love cheese, so it
That's
just
true, too.
kind of intuitively makes sense. But like the devs nailed it. They nailed it with space
Nailed
cats.
it.
Space cats in space.
Yeah,
That's
and I was
space.
just like, this game was meant for me. Luckland, and then I created of a sheer beast lord, and my life was complete.
The
In
double
that
dong
moment.
trifecta was set up.
Oh, it was awesome. And all of those expansions, what did they have? They had what was the next one? Yakisha?
Yep.
Yep, Yukisha.
So Yakisha comes out, and Yakisha's kind of the same thing. And I mean, no one had really created an immersive game with a frog, other than probably Frogger was the first.
Frogger
And
was
they
number
built,
one. Old
they
school
built on
Grandpa
Yeah,
Frogger.
and
I
it was just
role
like,
played
no
the
one's-
heck out of Frogger.
yeah, no one's gonna
What?
beat the immersiveness of Frogger when it comes to a frog. But you know what? EQ just kind of blew it out of the water, right?
Boom.
I mean,
Take
boom.
that, Frogger devs.
Now they can cast spells and like they do like a backflip when they cast spells.
Hell yeah.
I mean, no one saw it coming. And then the dark days of
Very dark.
Planes of Power.
As
Planes of
dark as it
Power
gets.
was so bad. So bad. Like you got like this totem and you had to talk to a guy and you had to like sit when you would talk to him, but no one told you had to sit when you talked to him. And then your flags would get all messed up because you do something out of order. And then you had to have like 80 best friends in order to progress into the next tier of things. So Planes of Power was literally the worst. It was so goddamn bad that I literally quit the game. That's what made me quit the game, and I went to EQ2 and I played that forever. And
You
I
and
mean,
just
that was
about
kind of-
everybody else.
that was kind of all she wrote. But on this TLP, I'm playing Gates of Discord for the first time and having a lot of fun, quite frankly. So Gates of Discord got me back on board with the S tier, and they're just kind of nailing it. I can't wait to see what's next.
Oh,
It's good.
epic.
This is all quality stuff. It's hard for me to argue any of that, honestly.
What? He put everything in S
All
tier.
good-
How can
But
you?
it's all good points. They're all valid points that he has
But he
made.
sold it.
Yeah, totally sold.
Jeez.
All valid points. Me personally, I can't, put it all in S, but I can see how Rob can make the argument for this.
The point of a tier list is to put
Nope.
things in tiers.
It's true, but he's not wrong. The game is good. Here we are, 23 years later. Nothing has topped it. Nothing's as good. Sorry, Project Gorgon, I love you, but not as good.
Ooh, Desmond's got a good theory.
I like it. I
Pop
like
was
it.
so bad to force people into EQ2.
You know what? Dez might have just convinced me that Planes of Power now needs to be S tier.
Oh God!
Jeez. All right.
Tie for everything.
Enough of that. Enough of that tier list. I'm done with that tier list. All right. So next we're going to the Dimelos tier list.
Why are we going me next?
Yeah, man, you're up.
I know who's gonna follow that. It's like, oh,
Yeah, great. Now I got to be the straight guy. I don't want to do that.
All right. So
here's my boring tier list.
we got Eldon at the top. We got Kunark at the top. That kind of surprised me.
Does it?
Yeah, I didn't know you liked Kunark so much.
the master race.
Master Race.
Word.
And then Classic is only an A. Then Valius and Planes of Power, yuck.
No. That's Gates of Discord.
Oh, is it? Yeah, they look really similar. Okay.
They
Gates of Discord. Okay, that's a little better. Then Gates of Discord and Yashika.
Popped
No,
in
that's
Lundgren.
not.
My goodness.
Awesome.
Why are you
Likely.
saying Yashika?
Yeah, Yashika's at the bottom.
No,
Yakisha, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, I always
you're
call
like
it Yashika.
mixing. Really?
Got it
I'm pretty
backwards,
sure
right?
that's not.
The short
Listen,
sword of
there has
That's-
never been any time since the beginning of
That is
when I
not
started
Wordle approved.
playing MMOs that I have been right on pronouncing things.
Wordle is pissed.
Yeah, Wordle's not happy with Draq.
Where the heck are you guys? That's a better question. Did we go
Gotta
through
watch
some
out, guys.
wall and I
Draq.
missed it? Oh, we did. Look
No.
at that.
Down a tunnel?
Yeah, the tunnel. I totally missed it. All right, so tell us why this is the better than Rob's.
All right,
Or are
breaking it
you
down.
convinced that Rob's is better now?
I mean, it is pretty good, but for a lot of the same reasons that I've got both Lost Dungeons and Cunark at the S tier. Exactly with Cunark, epic weapons. There were a lot of great new content. It was the first time I felt like truly scared, like because my computer couldn't handle it. Like the computer could handle classic, but it definitely could not handle Burning Woods or any of those other really heavy graphic server or zones
Emerald
that
Jungle.
yeah. Oh
Oof.
God, that
Yeah.
shit has your heart pumping. That run to Seb. Oh my God, if you're 50 and you're making that run to Seb, you're dying at least 3 times, and
Yeah.
good luck finding your body. I
Yep.
hope you got it clear with
Worst naked corpse run.
invis. Oh, by far the worst. But what a
The
thrilling
the
time to
frog
be alive.
locks that root you, that was such a good time.
Oh man, what a thrilling time to be alive was that was in Cunark. So I mean, it was still the heyday. It was still 2000. All this stuff was still pretty new. We were still kind of learning how to play the game. Still, there were strategies in place, but not all the main strategies were in place yet. So it's just it was a really exciting time. And then as far as like Lost Dungeons, this is just my favorite zone. This is personally, I love doing this little grind thing. As Draq is going to say in his, I'm sure, it was the first time we had instances, and I think instance gaming really changed the way that everything goes and made it easier for those like you and I, Draq, who only did six group stuff. We never really did much raiding early on, and so it was perfect for us. We could get all the gear we needed. It introduced augments. It grew the game quite a bit horizontally rather than just vertically. So those two kind of sit in my heart as the top tier of this game. And so from there, classic is in the only one in the A term. That's just nostalgia. Good stuff there all around. Learning how to play the game, of course, and just being early on. So yeah, boring classic gets the A because I just am
How
nostalgic.
much classic did you actually play? Like when it was only classic?
Couple. I mean, at least 3, 4, 5 months, maybe.
Were you max when we hit Cunark?
No way. Not even
Dude,
close.
that was like you would have had to play like day one and grind
Yeah.
it hard to get like a level 50 character in classic. I feel like.
And like somewhat soloing, so it was just the three of us. So we had to go where three of us could go.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
we are too good for anybody else, I guess. Anyway. So yeah, classic gets the A. As we go down, Velius still good. I still think B tier is good. Like both Velius and Gates of Discord, I've had a lot of fun with. Good rating in Velius, and the rating in Gates of Discord has been fun. The gear in Gates of Discord, it took another stride forward. So in horizontal gaming, maybe that's my thing. I just really like the horizontal progression rather than the vertical. I know that's kind of weird because I like the grind, but a lot of great AAs in Gates of Discord. This has been a good release. I can see why people would poo-poo on it because, well, all these names like Riwi and Tabuka and I don't know. I can't even.
Timby.
I'm just making up names at this point because I don't know them. They're impossible to remember. I can't and that's the biggest issue with Gates of Discord. But the keying system, like getting through the progression so you can get into the good rating zones, that was so much easier. That's what lost me in pot, man. That keying quest to get to the plane of time. That's right up there with Bick.
We didn't have to do the Velios keying, right? Or am I thinking
Velios
of
keying?
There
The
was
the other
Sleeper's
one?
Tomb. Sleeper's Tomb had a key.
Yeah.
There was a key that we skipped in the TLP.
Oh, you're probably talking
Yeah.
about the Cunark one. What the heck was that one?
Ishan.
Track.
Vishan.
Vishan's Peak had a key that was tough.
VP key, yeah.
So yeah, I think these both Velius and Gates of Discord, solid releases, lots of good content in them. Everyone just left after POP. They got really burnt out from that quest. And then Gates of Discord had, the big quest, which was unbelievable. So that's just kind of what it was too much. Epic was the right amount of quest, and they lost us with the getting to Plane of Time and the Bic. That's when people left. So yeah, so those two are good. C is Pop and Lucklin. Lucklin was okay. Those stabs really sucked, but we got it done. The rating in there was okay. That SSRA where we had to go up and down those elevators, trying to bring two boxes through that zone was impossible. Oh, it was terrible. So the end game to Lucklin was not great. And Pop, the gear was good, the content was good, but the just the keying system, man, that just drops the grade down to a C. And then at the end, Yakisha, there wasn't anything. The zones were forgettable. Yeah, we got frog locks, but ultimately from there, just wasn't anything to it. It just didn't really have anything going on. So, yep, had to put that at the F. So then there we go.
Boom. All right. Well, Marks, you're up.
Oh, Marks.
Wow, you guys are very detailed in your explanation.
You mean thoughtful?
Marks.
Yeah, thoughtful.
Marks.
Marx did his in about 30 seconds and was done.
Sounds like a real Marks move right there.
Yeah, it was. I gotta actually look up my list real fast.
On the
Oh,
stream.
Draq's gonna read it out to you, buddy.
Yeah. So Marks has in the A tier we have Classic, we have Kunark, we have Lost Dungeons, and we have God. In the B tier we have Yushika, we have Valius, and we have Lucklin, and then in the C tier we have Plains of Power. No S's and no Ets.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anything was worth an F. Nothing was horrible. Definitely. And I didn't feel anything was like super all that great. I mean, the original, they changed the UI immediately, right? Like shortly after. And it didn't help that I didn't play for the first 2 years of the game. So I didn't start till after 2002.
Or wait,
So
is
maybe
Pop
3
in the
years.
top?
Pop a top.
Yeah.
Pop's the top.
The,
Top a pop.
the books changed a lot for a lot of people, especially the casual player.
Yeah.
They
Plain
were
knowledge,
able to
for
get
sure.
around and do a lot more.
You make a good point.
Easy to get to the bazaar, selling, buffing. The buff rock was a huge thing. I didn't play during the tunnel, and then I played on a PvP server. So you went to the tunnel, you just got your ass handed to you anyway. I probably, after hearing you guys, I'd probably knock Yukisha down to C. I think you guys are right that, or Dymlos is right. It didn't offer a whole lot besides a new race. The race was awesome. Everybody loved it. A lot of people class changed, but
Changed.
yeah, race changed over to it.
Just didn't have a whole lot to it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Better than
Kunark.
Frogger. Better than
Kunark was
Frogger.
great because Ixar, Epics
Yep.
expanded the world a lot. The zones were huge. Travel sucked, but is that when mounts came out?
No.
No.
When did
Lucklin.
mounts come? Lucklin. That's right. Lucklin was good because of mounts. New class.
When did
And the new
AAs
race.
come out? Was that Lucklin?
On this
Lucklin.
TLP, Lucklin was AAs, yeah.
Yeah, then you had the A's. So, which one did I miss? Oh, Gates of Discord has been pretty rough. I didn't think the rewards, the gear rewards, were that much better than the time ones. They may have been easier
More
to
heroic
get.
stats.
Yeah, heroic stats are definitely better, but
Not much, though.
I don't know. Yeah,
Not
not a whole
much.
lot better. The augments are a big deal, but we get those from Eldon. A lot of the best ones from Eldon.
Hey, LaFell.
So, yeah,
Good stuff,
I'm a little all over. Sorry.
but nothing good,
No, you're
nothing bad.
fine.
Just a
Yeah,
medium-paced
me,
game.
it was
all
how it was
lukewarm.
made that you needed people to do it with, and the game and the expansion was as good as the group you had to play with.
The colors.
Made a
Like,
huge deal.
this game has so many colors in it. Like all of the colors.
What?
Very colorful.
Mm.
Mm.
All right. We're going to go with Lurch Mouse here. He's not with us tonight, but he made
Oh,
a tier
gosh.
list too.
Tier list.
He's got Classic in A, Kunark, and then that's
It's
GOD,
Yes.
right?
he has Gates as his top tier.
Yeah.
With none of them are
Then
S.
Valius, Pop, and Lucklin. Then Yakisha, and then he put Lost Dungeons in an F.
He's such a trolling little
He
bastard.
just doesn't like Dymlos.
No, he actually really doesn't like Eldon's. He thinks it's too repetitive and boring, and it is. But that's I just like that grind, man. I'm
Hey,
happily to do 300 of these things.
Hey, LaFell, we're doing EverQuest expansion tier lists.
We're hopping in. Let's do another.
Yeah. So we also we had a little Pantheon celebrity do a little tier list on Twitter.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah. So let's bring his up. This is Bazgrim's tier list. He put that on
Nice.
put that on the Twitter. So he's got classic. Let's see if I can make this a little
So
bit.
he has everything going like slowly downhill after Valius. Just like a slippery slope into a descent into just crap. That's kind of what it looks like.
There we go. Nope, that's not it either. Where the heck is it?
Oh, is that not his? What you have listed there?
No, it's there. I'm just trying to make it bigger. There it is.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So he's got Classic, Kunark, and Valius at the top. Then Lucklin, then Blades of Power, then Yashika, then Eldon and
Isha.
whatever. Then Eldon and God at the bottom. So he's a very, I call this the P99 tier ranking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Very much so, yes.
Where we are stuck
Get
on,
back to green.
we're struck on green still.
But it's funny how like they keep going down like as you go on in the game cycle.
Yeah.
It gets progressively
Well,
worse.
that's kind of how
Honestly-
EverQuest went, though, right? As it went along, it got worse.
I mean, that's how any game is gonna go, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Uh-oh.
Unless you're raiding, it's tough.
Yeah.
Because the raid
Yeah.
content was, they just put more and more mechanics in, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Right.
That was kind of the beauty of Yakisha that no one really appreciated, is that in Yakisha they finally started adding in lower content. And to this day, it looks like all of these tier lists are just crapping on Yakisha.
Yeah, nobody
But
likes
that was like-
Asia.
Yeah, that was like the one expansion where they're
mean-
like legitimately like new content for every level.
Ugh.
Yep. But name
I know,
a zone
right?
from there.
Well, Eldon did too. You could do Eldon's at a much lower level.
Name one Yakisha zone.
Pirates Bay. I don't know.
That's not, no.
I ran through to get my
The harbor?
adventuring thing.
The harbor, well done.
Yeah, the harbor. Yeah.
Well done. All right.
Starts with a
No,
D.
There were
It starts
some
with a
boats
D.
and some hoes,
Yeah, there was that zone and it had like the enemies and
We
stuff.
killed them.
Yeah. Killed the stuff
We
and got
spent
the
an
loot.
entire 6-hour Monday fest in one of those zones, and you don't even remember it, Mark?
Ah.
Yeesh.
You know me. I'm bad with names.
Yeah,
So bad.
I don't either, because it's
It's D something. I can't remember.
It doesn't matter.
All right. Well, let's progress to the most important tier list,
Oh, here we fucking go.
which is, of course, mine.
Hostess with mostest.
Oop, there we go. So, of course, Classic is at the top, because that's where it should be.
Eh.
And then Velius. I can't believe you guys are so low on Velius, the greatest
S tier for me.
expansion of
B
all
is
time.
still good. Rob put it as an S. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
The greatest expansion of all time, the best one, bar none.
Because why? I need
Yeah.
some stuff.
Because it's like
The fucking Shaw
Because you could
Quest.
kill
the
bunny
Shaw
rabbits.
Quest is epic. If you've never done the Shaw Quest, you have missed out.
Oh, S.
The epic quest was epic.
Also, I just really like the rating in Velius. I really like the factions, how they had that all set up, and the gems that you had to hunt down, but then you had to get the armor pieces to match with them. I just felt like that was a lot of fun, and you didn't like you could do raids and you get a lot of them, but we also camped the giants, just our little 3-man group, and we found the spots where you could get the armor, so we could have quote unquote raid gear. It just took us like, oh my goodness,
Forever.
months.
Farming the awful.
Also, like one of the greatest zones ever made, Velks.
Yes, Velks, love Velks, right?
Yeah.
That run up the slippery slope with the ice.
Yeah.
So fun. And if you fell, it was to your death. And you
yeah.
trained everything through the zone. It
Yep.
was so good.
Yeah. Velks is one hell of a zone. Freaking love that zone, man.
Yeah, man. Every time we do Velius on and then the tower. What the heck?
Tower Frozen Shadow.
Yeah, the Tower of Frozen Shadow.
Yeah.
I love that tower.
Very good.
That is
Very good.
I never played that in Classic, but I played it a lot on TLPs, and I was like,
one of the greatest little side zones that has ever been in any MMO. It's
Especially because it was for a 6-man group, right? Like
Yeah.
that was the content that we were craving, and they delivered.
yeah,
it was great. So Bailey's for me super high. Kunark, obviously loved Kunark. It was great. Lost Dungeons. I like the Lost Dungeons. I don't know what it is about it. Like they're repetitive. They're the same thing over and over. But I don't care. I like doing them.
But again, when we did them back in the day, we didn't have this gear. We didn't just stroll on through these.
Right.
Things.
They were hard.
And the strategy, you had to have everything in place. If we would have had this runner, we'd have been dead. That's a dead group from us back then.
Right.
So
you had to have all your snares on lockdown, all your slows on lockdown, all your buffs had to be up, like the whole 9 yards.
you could not have a juggler in your group,
For
otherwise
sure
you
not.
toast.
He Puddin just spent 5 hours in Velks tonight.
Nice.
Then you got Yakisha, you got God, and you got
Whoa, did you pronounce it right for your list?
Blades of Power.
You
No, did I?
Yeah, you pronounced Yukisha right that time.
Whatever.
If we say it enough times, if he repeats it
shit.
enough times.
Dark Mirror.
Ogre.
And then the worst expansion of all time, Luckland. Oh my goodness. Awful.
What are you hating on Luckland for?
Seriously, you take a high fantasy MMO and what do you decide to do with it? Let's go to the
Put
moon.
it on the moon.
Awful.
Did you not enjoy Space Cats in Space?
No, I did not.
You didn't at all. We did that for
Space,
3
space.
months. And you hated it?
I mean, I just don't like Luckland, period. I never liked it. I didn't like it when it was out. I didn't like it when we
Sounds
did it
like
second time.
biased.
No,
Yeah.
I just never liked it. Plus, I don't
Get
like...
back to P99, bitch.
I didn't like the Beastmaster class or whatever, the Beast Lord class or whatever the heck
Wow,
it is.
so much hate.
Did you ever play it?
Yeah, that's right. No.
No.
Yeah. He hasn't played a wizard
But
until right now.
I don't like the idea of like it seems like it's a cross between like the magician and the shaman, and I don't know. Just never liked it.
It's the best. It's the best class.
I don't know about best, but it's pretty
You get
good.
bells for weapons.
Double Dong is in full effect tonight, ladies
All
and
right.
gentlemen.
Well, that's it for the tier lists. Obviously, I'm right, and you guys need work, so.
You needed to take Bazgrim back to P99 and get out.
Right?